storm brings frequent anomalies, and also more development and field missions. Sadly, combat is not my thing. Luckily, data analysis is. Here, I'll walk you through the abilities of every arcanist. Please, Miss Tito.
4F, 4B. Okay.
6, the leader of a Peron, is quite different from the other leaders I know. He's not the loquacious kind. In most cases, he prefers to keep things to himself. Also, unlike his peers who often show up at the meetings or assemblies, he'd rather stay in his room and enjoy the solitude. At the end of a workday, 6 is always the first to leave the room. It would be quite the scene to see him work overtime. Math is a highly regarded subject in Apiron, but as the leader, 6 seldom indulges in solving math problems. While other curious geniuses on the island passionately seek an answer to their math questions, 6 spends more time pondering over morality and guiding others out of darkness. Now, we know that not every question has a perfect answer, so to answer these questions, one must not only possess knowledge, but also wisdom.
My duty lies with you.
It's the leader's obligation to set his people on the right path. 6 can dispel any 2 of the debuffs on one of his allies, and endows this ally with any 2 buffs from collection of buffs. As the incantation is upgraded, 6 will be capable of dispelling more debuffs for his ally. If he has sufficient points of Eureka, he will consume a certain amount and inflict Empower Incantation 1 on his target for 2 rounds. As you can see, there are just as many additional effects as Apiron's maxims. Lucky for us, we don't need to memorize every one of them. You just have to pay a little bit more attention to it during the battle. The rules of discipline are also included in the maxims. It will deal mental damage to 2 enemies, and inflict any 2 debuffs from collection of debuffs for 2 rounds. If 6 only has 4 Eureka points or below, he will gain Eureka from casting incantations of different star levels. Although you only have a 1 in 3 chance to receive these buffs, once you receive them, you'll have a 100% probability of having them. Life sounds better this way, right? In dealing with the imbalanced soul, 6 would take a more effective approach, and deals mental damage to them. If he has sufficient points of Eureka, he will consume a certain amount in the attack, and based on the debuffs his target has, 6 will deal extra mental damage to a certain limit. The path of seeking ancient wisdom lies in the books, but obviously it's no easy job to keep reading in the daily routine. That's why we need this, the Curator Bot. It can scan your books and take down your reading progress, and recommend different titles to you in the most appropriate time and place, so you won't just leave the books there and forget to finish them. It has a lot of scanning to do, so let's just leave it be for now. After the first insight, 6 will unlock Inheritance Advocator of Knowledge. At the end of every round, if any one of his allies has 4 or more buffs, 6 will receive 1 Eureka point in return. What's more, if his targets have debuffs inflicted on them, 6's damage will be increased accordingly. In addition, the upper limit of 6's Eureka will be enhanced. When he reaches Insight 3, the Inheritance will also be strengthened. At the beginning of every round, one of the buffs in Collection of Buffs will be given to all allies, and the buff will last for 2 rounds. Before he casts his ultimate, the Inheritance will also inflict any 2 of the debuffs from Collection of Debuffs on all enemies. The debuffs will also last for 2 rounds.
Congratulations! You have completed today's data analysis.
This is a lot easier than going out on the field missions.
I came to notice that safe laboratory practices, apparatus user manual of Laplace, fire safety provisions of the Foundation, and introduction of artificial somnambulism you left on the bookshelf were unfinished. Perhaps this will be a good time to go through them one by one.
I do believe one can have a preference for what to study.
But these are important things that you should know.
Wow. 796F 756E 6565646974. Wow. You need it?
It's reading time. It's reading time.